Hi Royal Ones, this is Miss Gigi. I'm back with another video. Listen, let me tell you something about the dangers of dating an older man. You know why older men date younger women? They don't date women in their age bracket. They don't date women in their 50s and their 60s and their 70s like them. They want to date women with more youthfulness, like their 20s and 30s, because they want to feel like men. They want to feel like they're needed. They want to feel dependent, like depended upon. They want someone that's relying on them to make them feel like they still got it and to make them feel like useful. And an older woman can see straight through that, but then also they need a nurse. They need a nurse. They need somebody who's going to take care of them. And let me tell you, they're going to rob you of your energy. They're going to rob you of your youth and your stamina. And by the time they done got to be 60 and 70 years old, their little penis don't work no more. And they have a VD. And the older woman ain't going to put up with that. Because they done been sleeping around so much in their 20s and their 30s. And by the time they get to be 16, 17, they are worn out. They got so much debt. They got, baby mama drama. They got 5 and 6 kids around here, and they got child support, and they got all type of. They owe everybody and everything, and they're like, it's like they're looking for someone that they can just use, and they're looking for a way of escape. And older women their age can see straight through them, and they feel like they can't control her. So they want a younger woman who they can control, who they can manipulate, someone who's going to believe their BS, someone who's going to look at them and see them as a savior or somebody they can just be like idolize. Like, oh, a younger woman will idolize me, but an older woman will see straight through them, and so they're like, oh, I can't date women my age because the older women will cuss them out into their face and tell them who they are and where they can go. And they done just been all out here in these streets. And you got to be careful with that too. The older men are run through. And they have a certain wisdom that these young girls don't know. And they DL. A lot of these older men are DL. And they know the young girls don't know the red flags. And older women can see straight through them. They say, oh, she can't see it. She can't see it yet because she's still young. She's still stupid. She's young. She don't know better. You don't have dating experience. So they can smell desperation when they think that you're desperate and you need a man, and so you'll tolerate anything. And they say, oh, she just looking for a man. She want any man, so she'll put up with it. And so they think that you'll put up with their breadcrumbs, you'll put up with the lack thereof, their VD, you'll put up with their mood swings, you'll put up with their crappy behavior, their mistreatment. But an older woman won't put up with it. Oh, your older woman say, you know what, them breadcrumbs, you can just get out with that, because an older woman already know he ain't even trying that hard. He's never tried that hard. But his 30% to a younger woman can look like everything. And then to an older woman, that 30%, it could be, he's playing small and he could do better. But a young woman is like, oh my God, that's so he just looking for someone to idolize him and stroke his ego and make him feel like he's a man again. And he would want to get a younger woman pregnant so he can feel desirable. Oh, look, I got another baby mama. And so that's just the whole thing. And then he want to marry a younger woman. He want a cook, someone to wash his dishes, cook his food, clean his house, and eventually wipe his behind, because he is older. He's 60, 70 years old, and he can't do it for himself, and scrub his back. And and you're gonna be changing his diaper in a minute. And so that's why they're taking advantage of the young girls. They don't see this coming. And so by the time the young girl, they see it, they say, oh man, that's why his wife filed for divorce, because they got some undesirable characteristics. And the older women, we're not putting up with that no more. And grandma, the reason why your grandma stayed in these long-term marriages is because women at that time didn't have bank accounts, and so she had to be forced to stay in relationships longer than she should and put up with whatever she wanted to put up with. He had 3 and 4 women on the other side of town, 3 and 4 children on the other side of town with multiple different women, and probably done brought your grandmother home STDs and everything else, but then she still stayed in that relationship because they made it so that she didn't have nowhere to go or nobody to, be with. So now that women, we have gained our independence and our freedom, and we can get up and go to work, and we can, open up our own bank accounts and cash our own checks now by the grace of God, because a lot of these men are not loyal, they're not dependable, they're not desirable, they're not husband material, they're not father material, they're nobody's role model. And they smoke and drink and cuss like a sailor, and they snore like a bear, and their health is falling apart. And then they say, oh, you know what, I can just go out and get a younger woman, and all I gotta do is just bring her home this little piece of check, and she'll appreciate that. It's little breadcrumbs. And it's like, if you want a younger woman, go find that younger woman. By the time these young girls wake up and feel like what he was giving them was everything, and in fact he was playing small the whole time. You're cheaper. A younger woman is cheaper. An older woman, she gonna make you pay, and then add tax because she knows her worth. These young girls, they don't know. They don't really know what these older men be brainwashing them. And they just feel like, okay, she just happy to have a man. She just wants some D. That's it. So I'm going to give her what she's looking for. And that's it. And so when they run a game on you, oh baby, marry me, have my baby, and you feel like, oh, he loves me, he wants me to have his baby. Oh my God, I can't believe he just, girl, he ain't got nowhere to stay. He looking for somebody to use. He looking for a nurse. He looking for a cook. He looking for somebody to clean. He looking for somebody to wash his clothes. He looking for somebody to change his diapers. He looking for somebody to wipe his butt. He looking for somebody to wash him. He is falling apart. He is getting sick. He looking for somebody to go fill his prescription. He is really looking for a nurse and his purse, because he ain't got that much money. So he's looking for, the economy is high. The bills are, all the rent and everything is going up. He looking for somebody he could use. He looking for somebody who might got a couple dollars in their pocket. So he's like, oh man, I need me a young girl, because these old women, they see straight through it. So they looking for somebody who's naive. And that's where you come in as these young girls. So listen, there's dangers in dating older men, because they can manipulate you and seeing things from their perspective, when they know that from day one they are full of crap, and they don't mean any good. They just want to play on your intelligence or the lack thereof. So you might be young, you might be beautiful, and he might be cheating on you with his wife, and you might be happy that you're the side chick or whatever. But let me tell you, what you think you're getting, you think you're getting the whole prize, and you think that, oh, I'm sleeping with his wife and I'm sleeping around with her. Well, he cheating on me with his wife. He cheating on me, and he's married, and his wife is very upset, and and he's my sugar daddy, and the wife already know. You think you're getting the prize, but you're not. You're getting the leftovers after the leftovers. After the leftovers. the day after the leftovers, when the leftovers was in the refrigerator from the day before, and then the day after that, and you're not getting anything new. You're not getting anything good. I mean, the longer you stay, the longer it's gonna drain you. You're gonna be exhausted and tired and worn out, and then you're gonna get bitter because he gave you false hope, and you thought that what you was getting is good, and in reality, he ain't. He washed up and used up, and he got child support. He got debt, and he gonna ask you to help him pay that down. So just beware and just beware these games that they're playing. Older men are playing mind games on these young women. So be aware of that. Meet me in the comment section. Let me know what